Hi everyone, why I stopped setting high goals for my child and how it changed tantrums at home. In this video, I will share some practical strategies so that you can use with your toddler to avoid tantrums, reduce stress, and help your toddler thrive at home. My name is Tam. I'm the right brain educator, founder of Smartisan Academy based in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. Have you ever been in a constant battle with your toddler when they refuse to clean up after playing? They refuse to brush your teeth even though you are late. You feel like meal is a negotiation time and you are losing. You're not alone. I've been there and it's really draining. I've been stuck in that cycle too, and I thought setting high goals for my child would make him or her to be more independent and disciplined. Instead, I created more meltdowns, power struggles, and sleepless nights for me as a mom. As a right brain educator and founder of Smartisan, I've seen that this is not just with my own child, but some families that I work with, and I discover something more important. When our child misbehave, they are not really bad behavior, they are just signals. They act out because they want attention, they want to escape something, or they just want some sensory input. Now, once I understand that, everything shifted. And then that's when I stopped to set the bars too high. The mistake I was making, my expectation was too beyond from what my child could handle at their age. For example, when I said, let's put all your toys away, they feel overwhelmed because there's so many toys on the floor. Or when I said, hang up your coat, it's a bit too challenging task for them, right? And then maybe when I say finish the puzzle, it feels really pressure. It doesn't feel like fun. So then I break the small tasks into achievable steps. Let's say when it comes to cleanup, I said, how about mommy will help you. Mommy will clean up the red pieces and you cover the blue ones, for example, and we sing a song together. How about, you don't have to do it by yourself, but I will be with you and doing things slowly with you. When it's come to putting shoes away or handing off the coat, how about just give me your coat and I hang it up for you. And how about, when it comes to puzzle time, I say, what about I finish everything except for one last puzzle, I save it for you. You do the last puzzle. Can you do it? Or, instead of ask them to saying hi, I ask them, can you wave hi, hello? Because it's impossible to make someone say something when they don't want to, right? So model movement seems to be easier to model and prompt. And even in class, we teach our students to, do the on done sign or stop sign when the task is too challenging and ask for a break. So we give them that tools in order to communicate their needs. Now, what about tantrum and how we can handle them differently? Even with a smaller goals, tantrum will still happen, and it still happen with me. And the way is that we have to respond differently, and this is how I would do. If my child refuses a task, in order to avoid the meltdown, instead of forcing them to clean up, I would say, how about we clean up 3 toys together? Or if my child is escaping or work, I try to stay calm, and then we use the phrase first, and then say first clean up, then the prize or the activity that you're looking forward to. Or you can say more yes coloring after cleanup. So first then, or yes and after, right? So we need to make sure that the prize or the reinforcement is clear. If a tantrum happens in public, let's say you take them to the supermarket and they create a tantrum or scene in front of the candy aisle, which is very common for anyone. My strategy here is that before we go somewhere, I set the expectation, okay, we only go here to get some muffins, and we don't buy all of stuffed animal ears. We only come here to get some rice. And I keep reminding her. Now, if they see their favorites, Snicker bars or chocolate candies, there will be some trick or something, right? It depends on how you want to give in or not. I normally don't give in right away. I teach them that, okay, we need to be quiet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I separate the tantrum, the crying, with a pause, and then I can give a price if I think that's reasonable, and maybe she can have that candy after dinner. Or I keep reinforcing, no, we only come here for what for the original plan, and I just take them outside consistently, like that. So by taking a 5-second time out, most of the time people don't think that time out is the time that separate them from their praise, their reinforcement. We need to use it very swift, like only 5 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then redirect them or give them a price if you think that is reasonable, so that they have to learn. If you ask nicely, if you use your words, I can understand you, and then we can solve it, not just to associate tantrum with what they want. So I've been very consistent with that, and I also ask my family members to follow through so that they know, okay, tantrum doesn't solve anything, crying doesn't solve, but calmness does, right? And if it's about, calling for attention, let's say you're on a phone call and your daughter keeps asking you to be with her, we use short and calm phrase, be quiet, give mama 1 minute, and or shh, and then pat on her shoulder, in order to reinforce the good behavior. But I try to keep the phone call short, right? Or giving them something to entertain, or to have them busy while you're on the phone, on the conversation, to avoid the meltdown completely. So this approach really prevent me from accidentally reinforcing tantrums. My child learn good behaviors, and like not associating tantrum with getting in the ways that they want, right? And even in our classroom, we talk about good habits, bad habits, how to take turns, what are some good behaviors, what are some not so nice behavior to avoid, in order to show them this is what the expectation in a social group setting, for example. Now, the benefit that I've seen, that we know the consistency is key. My child is more patient and calm now. Their focus come more naturally, cooperation come more naturally, and because we follow through with our plan, right? And our home become more calm and happier. So I hope this is helpful. Thank you for listening.